CAMunity, at least to me, is a program for Denver musicians that are active within the Denver music scene to help them gain knowledge and give them access to resources about the music industry that they wouldn't have known before. We saw a need within the Denver community for musicians to learn more about the music industry as a whole so they can move forward confident in their career, knowing that they can make money, knowing the ins and outs of the industry, knowing how to read a contract and stuff like that to help not only strengthen those individual artists, but hopefully they'll pay it forward and they will help strengthen their other artists by sharing their knowledge as well.
We're trying to provide an opportunity to people who didn't have the chance to get the degree that I have. And we're teaching them a little bit. It's almost like a crash course meets like a seminar, but it's mainly for the benefit of the Denver music community.
A few years ago, I was part of the Denver Music Summit. In one of the sessions for that, I taught a 3-hour introduction to the music business for local musicians who may not have access to this music business education opportunity. It was tough to fit all of the music business into 3 hours. So at that time, I dreamed of a longer, perhaps day-long, or having several sessions where we could cover more in depth the music business and provide more of a service to these local musicians. So that sort of inspired me to think about the possibility of having such a program.
The first class I taught was music marketing, which is like my passion. I just loved doing that, and it was so much fun. And then the second one I taught was live music with Ian Steele, which was just kind of encompassing how to book a show, how to work with promoters, different venues around. It went all the way from local venues to touring, and we also talked about how an artist is able to promote their own show successfully along with the venue's promotion of that. For me personally, I feel the most important information I wanted them to know was when tackling marketing for yourself, it's really important to just stay true to yourself. I see a lot of artists really struggling with marketing just because it seems like such a daunting task, whether it's gaining followers on social media or making sure you're getting more listens on Spotify or SoundCloud. So I feel I really wanted to get across that staying true to yourself and showing what makes you unique is how you're going to succeed there.
One of the reasons I applied was just for kind of networking. I have just recently moved to Denver, and I thought it'd be a great way to meet other fellow musicians. And also I just kind of wanted to learn a little more about the inside of business workings. One thing I was really particularly interested in was the publishing stuff, and that really caught my eye that you guys talked about that. And yeah, just overall wanted to get more insider knowledge about the industry. There's a treasure trove of knowledge in the class, and even someone like myself who by no means do I know everything, but I've been doing this for a while. Like I said, I've booked shows for myself and others, and I've done a lot of this stuff. I still walked away with knowledge, and even just some more the business stuff, the legal aspects were great. I like those classes. Stuff that can be more tricky. Talking about contracts was great. So it's the nitty gritty detail that the class would get into that I really liked. That I think no matter what your skill level is, you can learn something.
I hope for one thing that artists gain a network. There's the education part of it, but there is also the networking that can happen among the musicians. In fact, I was talking just the other day to someone who went through the first CAMunity session, and they are now working with another musician who they met in those sessions. But beyond the networking, of course, there is an education that we provide that is current, that is cutting edge, and it comes from students who are learning this right now. And so it's fresh and up-to-date information. And in a sense, knowledge in the music business is one of your best weapons, and you can be easily taken advantage of in this business. So if we can equip artists with this knowledge that will help survive and thrive and move their career to the next level, I think we're doing a service to them in that way as well.
Yeah, I definitely feel after this class a lot better about just my career and the future of my career.
I would say that the students who participated were so awesome, and they took the responsibility and ran with it. They were very creative, and more than that, they became my consultants to this project. I had a vision, but they provided the best feedback in every step of the way that I think made the program much better than what I envisioned in the start. So I've been very thankful to the students who participated in this project.
I definitely recommend CAMunity, this program, for any artist that is tentative or curious or new to the business or even in it.
I also just hope that I get the opportunity to do this again in the future. So yeah, it was just so much fun.